Alright, so I'm definitely kind of shit at flying the mini and console. But this was my first wipe in console, essentially. And it went really well. So I had about 2 weeks, I would say, of actual playtime. I hopped on like a lot of people that I've met on here. They just kind of hopped on to get some blueprints for the next wipe. And as this would be my first wipe on console, I figured, it'd be best to get some blueprints. And then I ended up meeting this dude named Bands. You can see him down there in the team. And we do have an 8 man, but it kind of started crazy for real. I was a solo. I met Bands. He was allied with the other dudes, but we didn't live in the same base, anything like that. And slowly everyone started trying to raid them, and we just had all kinds of beef going on with this dude named Brenda and a bunch of other stuff. I kind of want to stream the next wipe, so hopefully you'll be able to catch some of that. But it all kind of ended in chaos, is what I can say. I essentially door camped Bands because he stole an inventory of farm from me. I was being a dumbass, like sleep deprived at 3 a.m. No one was on. So I'm like, okay, I'll just use these large furnaces. But no, no, Bands is the only person that was on. So he came out, stole it, and when I went back, he revied me. Also, these things are bugged as hell. Sometimes it just doesn't want to actually get air, and I gotta stop again. But he came out and I just knocked on his door for like a solid hour, I would say, the code lock. I just spammed it, spammed it, spammed it. And then all of a sudden, everything just kind of changed. We just stopped beefing. I was able to voice chat finally after like 24 hours. I wasn't able to before. And we just started being chill. And then we built the base we're in now next to our neighbors, which you'll see their giant compound, but their base is far gone. Someone came by and offline them. I let them know, obviously, as we're all kind of part of a team, we let each other know what's going on. But what ended up going on was they got raided offline, and then I wanted revenge. So we went back to raid them, just to find out someone raided them, and every single person on the server, pretty much, that was offline, absolutely raided. So we got our revenge on them. They raided absolutely everyone on the server that was offline, and then they themselves went to sleep. And I didn't see that right. You don't simply just raid everyone on the server and then go to sleep, dog. That's not how anything works. But so what ended up happening? We raided them and we got everyone's loot. We're just like mad juiced. I think we've given away a bunch of it. We've done a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, it's wipe and almost nobody's on because they're raided. We either went through and we finished off all the other big bases, anybody that we had beef with, or something ended up happening, you know what I mean? But this is the base tour, boys. This is the base tour. I'm being invited to a party like 3 times from someone that's on the server that I don't really know and we ended up raiding. So I don't feel like squashing that beef right now. I'm trying to record a video. But anyways, we'll give you the nice aerial view even if I wreck. I have way too much scrap. That's kind of why I've been practicing the mini anyways. I love this base so much though. But then you can see on the right, mixing table land, which I'll show you a little bit more up close in a moment. But oh yeah, we're definitely gonna fucking wreck. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna wreck. Oh yeah. Oh no 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 no, we're cool. We're chilling. We're vibing. Alright. So I'm just gonna set it down here. There's like no one on. If they steal my mini anyways, screw it. Or if it blows up, I should say. But yeah. I don't know. Pretty much everyone got raided, is all I could say. And then we raided the guys who offlined everyone, so we just got mad juiced. You know what I mean? This dude invited me to a party 4 times. That's wild. But this would be the compound. There are some walls missing. I believe that is DK. Wipe is literally tomorrow. So it's kind of at a point we don't really care if we get raided at this point. But this is the base tour. We have survived all this time. A clan beefing next to us, being part of them, door camping a dude from a solo to all of this, and now, having a homie. But last night, I had all of these running. Every single one. So we could turn all the sulfur we got from the raids, everything into boom, see how much it is. And homie of mine down there, Papa Stinky, has been working on that, so that should be done. But these 2 large furnaces and those, I think, 7 small ones, I said I only really had like a week or so in this base because my homie Bands got raided and then we kind of moved in together and then he built this base. But this would be the auto furnace, so it's those 2 furnaces out there with the 4 ones in here and those 7 small ones all on one system. Tier 3 out here, and there is a bunch of turrets. If we had more time and for the next wipe, we're thinking about way more in the outer compound walls and everything. But it's kind of at a point now with our loot that, everything's just kind of stuck out here. Like, we just have boxes of different types of guns. Just launchers and shotguns and pistols, customs, everything that you could kind of want just out here in the yard. And there's more inside, but it just doesn't fit anymore. And I've already scrapped boxes of guns. So this is a vanilla server. Like, so we just went ham. Yeah, with just 5 AKs in there. Frankly, I don't even know what's in some of these boxes. But we ended up getting clones from a raid. That dude who offlined the clan or our allies next door ended up, again, getting raided. And we ended up raiding the farm base because we needed something out of it. Dude double-crossed us and we didn't even get a chance to raid him. Kind of trash. But this base I have loved. I left a lot of this open. Many turrets. Many turrets. But this would kind of be the upper floor. I don't remember what all. Yeah, we have some cards in here, our tools. Again, organization is something that just kind of never came for real. But, plenty of armor, plenty of clothes. I know down here, I won't worry about Bands just sleeping on the furnace like a unit. But, hoodies and pants. Again, there's more boxes outside just full of all this stuff too. Organization was just something, it's just, we didn't even care anymore. Next wipe we will, for sure. But it was also at a point I had a row of tech trash too. And again, vanilla server. Just absolutely vanilla. I have moved, or Bands did move a couple things upstairs too. So that's kind of what we're just kind of flashing at this point. Outside, we're selling full metal AKs for anyone on the server. We went to Outpost yesterday and we gave a dude like an M2, just a naked dude, an M2 with like full metal AKs and everything. This was what was supposed to be the open core, but it got so crazy that it's just. Let me guess, Papa Stinky. If I had to inquire here, I would say. Let me see if it'll let me swap again. Okay, whatever. Let me drop my bag. But Papa Stinky, I would have to assume that you had a box of rockets here. What is in this backpack? Okay, so everything for the rest of the rockets. So I think he said there was like 90 rockets total. So we should definitely have over a box after everything's said and done. Which again, just more sulfur is laying around. I think we have a box of sulfur spare downstairs. Meds for days, ammo for days. Just dispersed all over the base. I hate this jump. That's the worst part about console, is trying to get the jumps. But yeah, we just got some AKs, some L9s. Got more AKs, more sulfur, more AKs. That's all of our M2s, or most of our M2s. I know some are somewhere. More AKs. Those are little boxes of vanilla scrap. It's at a point, man. It's at a point where it just gets kind of It's kind of nutty. Wait a minute, I didn't even see. Oh, okay, cool. So that's what he did. He's glow. What does he have this set to? Okay, right on. But yeah, this was the base. I love this base so much. I mean, it was a lot of fun when we had the neighbors next door. Me and Papa Stinky used to shoot at each other. I would look over at his compound. I mean, you used to be able to see a compound. You know what I mean? And it got absolutely hammed on. Uh, I defended it once. Okay, sometimes he's bug out. But I defended it once. It was like fucking three AK dudes. I went out there and snuck up on them and killed like two of them. One of them had the rockets on them, and then the last one got me, and then they just ran off. So that kind of never went anywhere. And then this last raid kind of did. They had a raid base and everything. That's Mr. Trump. That's the dude who's been inviting me to a party. That's pretty funny. But yeah, that's the base. I hope you all have enjoyed.